shiny, plastic, black mirror fascist, obsessed capitalist. Are you feeling guilty Catholic? Pretty, picturesque Facebook status, happy family and happy marriage, like the magazine pages, superimposed with Photoshop and happy faces, where cancer doesn't exist, and your daddy lives for ages, and the black babies with the swollen bellies are only moments on your telly until you switch it off and put your makeup on. So walk your dog vegan and put your makeup on, posing perfectly pouting and put your makeup on. Hypocrite, selfie, snowflake nation, not making a difference, not voting, not independence, cause it's irrelevant to how your hair grows. You're pretty, and it's a pity that you're prepared to perpetuate your particulars on Instagram and prefer not to educate and overcomplicate an avocado. Like you know the answers to the problems of this world. Meditation and mindful. How about realistically having kids to feed on minimum wage and suicidal without letting your wife know? Cause I don't kill myself for fashion, not a psycho for the sake of it. Hate the name of it and really ashamed of it. I hate your glossy, double tongue, so in circle, talky, trashy magazine. Like Sebastian's dreams, your friends are just old plastic, and it's lonely out there. I don't care about your implants or artificial intelligence, agony ants, chitty chat irrelevance, designer shirt and pants. So keep on spending, goodbye pretty people, it's such an ugly ending. Keep pretending, keep on telling yourself that you're so important, like everyone else, like everyone else, like everyone else. Pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people. Pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people. Pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people. Pretty people, pretty people. Pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people. Pretty. Fight for your rights, but you die to lose.
Goodbye, pretty people, I'll miss you. All your little giggling and self-serving circles, self-absorbed, all shallow surface, all that fucking money and totally worthless, in entirety distractive. A life without purpose, your embodiment is everything wrong. Emboldened by your Harvey Nicks arrogance, echo chamber, industrial multiplier. Factory line features and adjusted plastic artifice, cosmetically cybernetic immortality activist agents. Away with your moisturizing skin armor nonsense, swigging beard lotion against a Georgian backdrop. Once leads tops are a symptom of civilization in decline. Beggars rocking £100 traders with metallic shell toes. Designer baby accessories with perfect lips and a pre-birth sense of what looks fucking fabulous. It's ridiculous, marvelous, purebred, beautiful offspring of the embassy. Laughing at the wannabes that think that greed is power. The hours tick by, I know you want is everything endless. You are now living in the culture with a locust consumer. Target population, proof of fashion, housing, online grooming saloons. Pretty predator class, deadly privilege picking flesh in the populace fast. The terrorist victim look is this year's heroin chic. Superior models to snap them pop-up bomb sites. Pop-up prescription antidepressants, propping up debris arranged in artistical splatter patterns. Little ray of ignorant exception at the tipping point. You're dragged to the ground by the teeth of natural selection. We defecate upon your form, prone upon your back and bleeding in round the scissor man. Snicker, snack. Your entrified empathy, ultimately empty. Dead heart, pretty face, piss upon your memory.
Pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people. Pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people. Pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people. Pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people. Pretty people, pretty people, pretty people, pretty people. Pretty people, pretty people, pretty people.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? This is totally impromptu. Didn't have this planned at all. Not exactly sure what I want to do tonight. Didn't see a lot of activity online and have some free time, so we'll see what happens. I didn't even set up my camera or anything. So, very interesting. Let's do a roll call here. See, we got Essay in the house. We got Muffin Top. Hey, Tish. Fight for Justice. Oh, I think we got a super sticker here. Sleuth's Insomnia Crew. I'm here for it. That's what I'm saying. What up, Fig? Hey, man, if you want to join me, let me know. I'll send you a link. I'm just going to freestyle it tonight. I'm open to whatever. There just seems to be a lot going on when it comes to local media. Seems to be some movement. What's up, Jenny? What's up, John? Diane. Hello. So what's up, everybody? What's on everybody's mind? Everybody seems to be frozen in their tracks. Seems really strange. Well, they're finally starting to talk about the documents that were leaked. Law enforcement seems to think that, or stated that they had nothing to do with that. So, I mean, it's out there. Yeah, Valoma, I'm surprised you haven't joined. You have to, I think you have to be on a desktop, if I'm not mistaken. Once you're on a desktop, you can click the join. That's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm feeling, bees knees. It's like, what's with all this movement? It's like it was all done. Somebody gave the signal. You know what I mean? That's how the media works. They all get an email all at the same time. Like, okay, it's okay. Go ahead now. You can move forward. And they all pounced on it all at the same time. I'd really like to hear Doug Carter's opinion. I just want to hear what he has to say. I want to hear him say, well, you know, it has its benefits, or him say, you know, this is catastrophic. I want to hear what he has to say. He's the one that's invested in this. You know what I mean? It was extremely important to him. Do you believe that? Katie, why does your badge look different than everybody else's? Yours is like a light green. Yeah. I mean, you never really know. All I know is that I think the reason they released the Anthony Shots information to begin with was because they knew they were going to have to make a deal. They're like, okay, we got to make a deal with this Keegan Klein guy. Let's see if we can dig up any dirt on him. And if we can dig up any dirt, we don't have to make a deal, or we don't have to make a deal that's going to be too beneficial to this scumbag. So like, let's drop this little piece of information. We'll pull up some more witnesses, put some more pressure on this guy, and then we don't have to make a deal, or maybe not a deal, that favors him so much. K-Dub says, so I wonder if any of you guys out there ever heard about the guy riding through on his bike. It never gets mentioned by anyone. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it. I just don't know. There's no source. There's no source for me to quote. At one point, it was even attached to Brad Heath. So yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's true, Fig. I mean, the intention could have been only for murder sheets, but it doesn't mean that other people weren't able to capitalize on that window. But they definitely seem like they had a whole business model planned around it. So it may not have been leaked for them, but they definitely were the ones that capitalized on it. I mean, even local media is acting as if they're the only ones that have the documents. So yeah, that's a little misleading and strange for murder sheets to act like they're the only ones that have that document when we know damn well that that's not true. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about all that. Murder Sheets has been interviewing people related to individuals in the crime, like Keegan's brother and a girl that was harassed by Keegan. Yeah, but I mean, what does that mean? Let me get that map off of there. Seems to be hogging the screen here. There we go. DP is the POI. A lot of people believe that. Well, I mean, yes, that's what I think as well. But I also think that the reason they did it was because they already knew. They already had information in regards to other people using the devices and using the Anthony shots. So they know with Keegan's testimony and his finger pointing somebody out in the courtroom, they don't need any other information. That's all they need. They need Keegan to point somebody out in that courtroom and say, hey, look, this is the guy. He was using my phone. He mentioned about murdering these girls or needing to get rid of them. That's what they need. That's where the deal is. So with that information, Keegan can negotiate. He has leverage to negotiate with law enforcement. Okay, law enforcement, they need me. I'm facing 50 something plus years in prison. They need to offer me a great deal. So his lawyer in return says, well, my client says you guys need to give him like 10 years, 10, 15 years. Or he's not going to say anything. So they're like, okay, let's go ahead and extend the court dates. We'll negotiate with these guys, but in the meantime, we're going to release this information, and we're just going to try to figure it out on our own. If we can figure it out on our own, we don't need to make a deal with you. We'll have other witnesses that can point the finger in that courtroom, because there's nothing more important than that finger extending in a courtroom and saying, that's the guy right there. I saw him do it. I know for a fact he's the one, and I can show you. Nothing more important than that. Valoma Unstuck with another super chat says, I'll be going to Peru next month for work. If you or Fig would like me to do anything or anywhere for either of you, please let me know. Yes, will you please send me an email so that I have your email address? That's really kind for you. Really kind of you to offer that. And yes, please. Klein is a rabbit hole. Sorry, just our honest opinions. Who is our? Do you mean your? You rolling with the crew? Yeah, but I don't know who that person was. Apparently, if you ask somebody and they say it directly out of their mouth, I guess it doesn't mean anything, unless you never know. Could be dealing with somebody with like mental health or something. I'm not sure. Five years isn't that long. For this type of murder, 5 years is not long. When you're looking for this kind of justice, if you're looking at the scheme of things, some of these cases don't get solved for 30-something years, sometimes longer. 5 years is nothing. Let's see. Law enforcement knows that's why all these transcripts have been released accidentally. I mean, it's possible, but the truth is, with all these court dates moving and all the lawyers that are involved and all of the stuff that needs to be from one office to another, it's very possible that these were just left open by mistake. I don't think they were. I feel like there was either a conspiracy, whether it was with murder sheets. I believe that they may have been directly involved. Honestly. And I think other people were just able to, just because they're good sleuths, were able to capitalize and see that they were available. Or they also caught that underflow of information that it would be available. Yeah, kind of like, hey, we didn't do it. It happened, but we didn't do it. I mean, they saw what happened when they released that Anthony Shots information. They completely underestimated the tool of online social media. I'm telling you, it's all the rookie work, you know, stuff you don't need any training for. It's just processing data. Yeah, Neil. Neil says if he could place blame on somebody, he would, especially if they offered to make his charges go away. Uh, he would give everyone up. You can tell, in my opinion, he's trying to find someone he can blame. Yeah, I mean, I could see that, especially with everything that he said about his father. He's like, he's not a good person, you know? But yet, oh, you guys have a good relationship? Yeah, we have a great relationship. It's like, which one is it? You know, it can't be both. Well, I guess it could, but it's definitely strange. I don't know. It really depends. Maybe everybody that knows, maybe there's something that's scaring them more than what $350,000 could benefit them. You know, maybe there's just somebody that scary. What is up, Digger? We have a guest of honor. Welcome, sir. It's good to see you, man. Yeah, we're like a bunch of rookie cops. We're doing all that, you know, the paperwork. Bullshit work anybody can do. Sifting through old media, old reports. Yeah, I feel like it may have been a conspiracy. That's just me, though. Yeah, it's my understanding that the Patties were not too happy. So whatever that's worth, you know. But the families have always said we're going to do what law enforcement wants us to do. So I'm more so if they're taking the cue from law enforcement, I would like a statement, even if it's just from Doug Carter. I just want to know his opinion. Like, do we keep talking about this? Do we stay away from it? Like, what do they want? You know, are they ashamed that this happened? Tim says, you think law enforcement left Keegan out of jail for so long, letting him think he was free, thinking he may go for the reward money? No. I think that they let him loose so that they could wiretap him and monitor his day-to-day behaviors, try to find a bigger fish, or maybe catch him saying something on a wiretap with the other parties that they assumed were involved. What's up, Mama of Three? Yeah, this I don't know what this is. I mean, it's not like my typical live stream. I was just had some free time. Didn't really have any material. I was hoping maybe somebody else would be live. Um, I just had, maybe an hour, hour and a half to kind of kill. Me and the wife were talking about what we're going to do with a couple of trucks that we have. And to be honest, it was getting a little stressful. It was kind of a conundrum. There we go. Welcome, Veloma Unstuck, to the members only. Make sure you come in on the chat, on the community chat, and check in and talk with us. We're always hanging out over there. So probably tomorrow I'll come in there and we'll probably do a members only live stream tomorrow. Maybe I can get Fig to come on. See what everybody's doing tomorrow morning. Yeah, it's awesome to have you. Welcome. Yeah, make yourself known over there. We're always chatting it up. It's like our little secret club. Hey, Mindy. I see what Mindy's talking about. The whole Vegas thing with Tony and Keegan, human trafficking possibly gone wrong. Here in Florida has the highest human trafficking in the U.S., just FYI. Yeah, I definitely know all about that here in the Southwest. We got to deal with that being on the Mexican border. It's tough. It's very possible. I think Fig can have members. As soon as he sets it up, I'm going to join. No, Fig, I think she's talking about your own members, your own memberships. We want to join your members only. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. When it comes to Delphi, I'm sick of all the extra BS. I watch Sleuth and I watch Fig. And don't forget to check out CD and the Captain. And also all the Bruiser's old stuff. Those are my recommendations. Heck yeah, John. And then we need you to call in because you're always talking that good stuff too, man. We need more input. Fig's got the analytics. CD, he has the law enforcement perspective, and I'm kind of like the street smarts, the common sense type approach. It's a good little mix. I need more input because Johnny 5 is alive. Damn, I just showed my age quite a bit. Oh, True Crime Jesus is my boy, but he doesn't do too much lives. He just makes really good videos and drops them like blockbusters. Let's see. Facts only. That's because they have a YouTube career they're trying to protect. They become politicians. Once they get all these subscribers and they're like, oh man, I can really make some money off this advertising stuff. then they start looking at all the success that other YouTubers have, and then they just mimic it. We're not here for that. I want my channel to be successful. I want people to donate if they want to. I want people to help if they want to. But that's not what we're here for. If you want to help, I have a merch shop. I make like $7 off a hat. Yeah, hat's like $20. We're not here making money. I have a career. You know what I mean? Anybody that's on YouTube needs to understand that no matter what you do on YouTube, it's monetized. YouTube is monetizing every video that is online. Okay. Now, do you want to be part of that monetization? Yes or no? Either way, it's monetized, whether you're getting a piece of it or not. Okay. So. Charmaine J. Hi, Sleuth from UK, Erdington. Ooh. Up early just for you. 4:18 a.m. here. Are you up? Or are you up? Is it one of those I can't sleep? Or it's like, okay, I'm going to wake up early, get my day started. Sometimes I like waking up super early, watching the sun come up, having some coffee, throw some eggs and some bacon on the stove. Yeah, what's up? Are you seeing my comments? I'm new. I follow closely and want to call. If y'all have me. If not, that's okay. I want to see this either way. Yeah, we're not really I'm not taking calls today, man. I just don't want to deal with it. But if you really want to, email me at sleuthintuition@gmail.com. I'll send you a link and we'll chop it up. What's up, Amy? Yes, the more input. Sure. Shoot me an email. You know what? I would love to see a no-knock warrant served, and then just like maybe early morning, 4 a.m. in the morning, breaking news. Delphi murder suspect arrested by SWAT team. Then he comes out and he's like kind of got like a little bit of blood on him because they threw the flashbang right in his face. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I'm not ashamed. And I don't think it's appropriate for people to talk about money. It's weird. I kind of do it more to troll. Does this guy not know that I've already seen his comment? This account. Can you ask if he'll take my call? Now I'm not going to take your call because now you seem suspect. Oh, there's my boy. What's up, pimpin'? Eat some scrambled eggs and toast, pop an Addy, get her done. That's a little too gangster for me, man. All I need is a coffee or like a sugar-free Red Bull and, some ganja, and I'm good. Frank says, Sleuth, yeah, you got a great YouTube channel, and I'm just starting out, learning a lot, just making videos. If people subscribe, I work, support my family, YouTube, just a hobby for me. Yeah, Frank, everybody should go check out Frank's channel. It's a really just an easygoing type of approach. I really like how he interviews his family members and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that I watch on YouTube, is just obscure content, just really something that's pure. I love to check that kind of stuff out. I'm all over the place, to be honest, but I really enjoy that kind of stuff. How many will be arrested? I mean, it better be a bunch. I mean, they better have a good reason for letting him walk around free until 2020. I mean, they got to have a really good reason. And I really hope these transcripts didn't mess anything else up, you know? To be honest, we won't know until the next couple days because it's only been on, the real media recently. Yeah, thanks, Amy. Aren't you from like Australia or something like that? So I appreciate it. Hey, what's up, Callie? I've missed you. Yeah, I'm doing good. I hope everything's okay with you as well. I always think about you, hoping that you're doing well. So I appreciate you showing up. I hope everything's okay with you. Yeah, I appreciate that. But to be honest, I'm just a guy that, with a camera and a microphone and an obsession. So, we're all the same, really. Well, Fig, his channel is for bearded men. So I hope you didn't shave. John Draper says, Sleuth, I wonder if law enforcement has noticed TK acting differently, losing or gaining weight, acting nervous in public. They are watching him. Is he still employed? I'm not sure. I haven't really been doing the whole like Facebook stalking and all that. I think there's been plenty of that going around, so I'm sure somebody knows. Sleuth, I wrote that before. Saw my comment. I was not being suspect. Just asking a few times, hoping you'd see it. Sorry. Well, the more you try, the more suspect you seem, especially with your name being this account. And I've never seen you before. Why don't you just ask me your question here? Like what's going on? And then you also have like the Disney version of the Apple computer, which is a little strange. They use the pear instead of the apple. So yeah, somebody connected somehow. I mean, we know they're sharing accounts. They're sharing it amongst themselves. What makes you think they're not sharing it, amongst the entire city of people they know? They seem to be pretty popular. Excuse me. Yeah, the mainstream media was going nuts today. I mean, there was like 6, 7 different outlets posting stuff about Delphi and those transcripts. Kurt's crew. Yeah. I mean, we just don't know. If law enforcement can prove that it was Keegan and Tony, there would already be an arrest. You know what I mean? So either there's somebody else that they're trying to bring down, trying to flip, making deals, or they just don't have enough and they're not sure. And if they're not sure, that means they don't know. So if they're not sure and they don't know, there's damn sure no reason for you to be sure and for you to know unless you have something different. So there's always the possibility that it's a coincidence. I mean, I've been showing all these videos the last like couple of days of all these crazy coincidences, like it's the damn Twilight Zone. If you've been paying attention to those, you'll see where I'm coming from. Like it's very strange. There are coincidences. They do exist. Thank you, Jenny. I don't get that from Keegan. He just seems like somebody who has social issues and found a way to fill his inadequacies online. I think he just got good at it. I think he's been doing it for a long time. Yeah, nah, he's already been here. He knows better than to mess with me. He's tried to get on. I'm too slick. You don't even want to know some of the shit I seen with that guy when you turn on the camera. It's not always just his junk. I mean, one time he had like Vaseline and rubber gloves and shit. It was really weird. Yeah, I don't know about that. Something about you, this account. I just don't. I've never seen you before. The way you act, the way you're talking, like all my spider senses are going off about you. So, yeah, I don't think I'll be talking to you, especially about evidence. Unless you want to shoot me an email. I mean, could just be awkward. I'm an awkward dude too. I'm just saying. It's a little strange. Yeah, the flasher. Yeah, who does that? Like, imagine spending your time like finding people that are doing live streams on YouTube, and you're like trying to flash them. It's kind of like a sick. It's kind of like the catfish people, trying to get off. Anything new? No, just local mainstream media is presenting the case, and they did interview. They interviewed Callista Schatz today, actually, which was strange because Julian Powell mentioned that his father dated Callista Schatz when he was 14. I asked him. I said, Julian, like, does the name Anthony Schatz mean anything to you? He said, well, it's a song. Shots, 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 shots. And then it's also the last name of a person that my father used to date. And then he said he used to date this person named Callista Schatz. And she had sons. One was named Lance and one was named Gabriel. And so happens to be Tony Klein's neighbor. I mean, talk about a small world. I mean, if it doesn't get any crazier than that, I mean, do you want to talk about a coincidence? That shit is insane to me. There's another coincidence too. I'm doing my best to prove it, to provide proof. And then when I do, people are going to hate me again. The way they hated me last month. It's just so crazy. It's strange. Yeah, he said, I don't know who Keegan Klein is. But does he know who Tony Klein is? Was he lying? Who knows? Like I said, it's just a small world. Like these are all small towns. You know, this is just a small world. One of those coincidences, I guess. So crazy. Yep, Carol, that's what it's all about. Like this world is not very big, you know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I posted it on my community tab. There's a link to the video. It came out today. Somebody posted it in my Facebook group, and I watched the video, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Because we could look on, we can look online and verify addresses, but when you have a, so I'm telling you, journalism is so important. When you have somebody that walks up to his neighbors, now we know for a fact that Callista Schatz is his neighbor. Right across the street lives this person that was always hearsay. Everybody's like, we don't know that for a fact. We don't know this. But the fact is, Callista Schatz and Lance Schatz lived right across the street from Keegan and Tony Klein. And we also know that Tony and Keegan Klein lived next door to somebody else, friend number one, who was at his house and potentially using his phone as well while he was, in quotation marks, passed out high on drugs. You know what I mean? A lot of weird shit going on. Yeah. But she has, I think Klein was like on her friends list for like it might still be there for all I know. I haven't checked in the longest. Anna. Yeah, that name, Anna. And it's funny because all the Kleins, all the women in the Klein family, their middle name is Anna. Or not Anna, I'm sorry, Anne. Yeah, it's so crazy. Let me check. Whenever my members send me emails, I always take a look. I don't got nothing. Maybe you're talking to somebody else. Yeah, seriously. If you got something to say, email me, tell me what it is, and then I'll bring you on. Oh, we got a new member. Carrie Ann, welcome. Don't be a stranger. Come hang out on the community tab. We're always talking. We're very open there. If there's anything you want or expect, from members only, speak your mind. And we'll try to make it happen. Really, usually I'm just releasing all the stuff that I keep to myself because people get so triggered. I like to share that kind of stuff with my members and talk about that. It could be totally unrelated to Keegan Klein and all this other stuff. It's, just other possibilities, there's nothing really more that we can do with that information. And they obviously don't have all the answers that they need. So there's some other angle here. And that's what we like to talk about. So welcome. Make sure you make yourself known. Tomorrow we'll be hanging out. We'll try to do something early in the morning for all the members. And maybe we'll just do it like a meeting, like a members only meeting. You know, we'll conduct it like a professional setting. Everybody will introduce themselves. You know, what's your favorite cereal? Something weird like that. Carol says, anyone know who the Emily is that KAK has tattooed? It's not Emily. It says Klein. But if you put it in reverse, if you have a mirror image, it appears like it says Emily, but it says Klein. Now you're going to email after the stream. See, I don't know if you're just like you just don't realize you sound suspect and you're just kind of being nonchalant about it. I try to stay active, bees knees. Like, I feel it's important, you know, to have a private setting like that. And I'm sure we're going to have lurkers that are in there for bad, you know, for negative reasons. But they got to go home and they got to live with themselves after that. Like, if you're in a members only just to try to hurt somebody or share some private information, like sharing that information, like it might hinder or annoy me. But at the end of the day, you got to go home with that. You got to go to sleep with that. Like, that's you. You can't change that. When you look in the mirror, that's the person that you see. You know? Why would you risk that? Why would you create that? Oh, you're trying to get super early. Yeah, I'll touch base with you. Because early for us is not as early for people on the East Coast. So let's get to some of these questions here. We're already on an hour. I mean, sometimes with these impromptu little lives, I feel like we talk about more than any other time. It's crazy. Oh, we got a newbie. Kate Kearns, hello. I am new to your channel. I listened to an interview tonight with a woman named Kayla who claims that KKK, might as well be KKK. KK stalked her for a long time. She identified Bridge Guy's voice as KK. I don't know. I've never heard that. I mean, I've heard Keegan's voice. But to be honest, I think if anybody's going to identify that voice, it's going to be somebody that knows them like really well. You know, somebody that knows what the person sounds like out of voice and, you know, when they're out of breath, when they're trying to be assertive. You know, voices change. Excuse me. I just had dinner. Had some tacos. Yep. Chaos begets chaos. That's what I'm saying. He's like trying to manipulate me, but they're not being very good at it. It's like, we're going to try a different approach with the sleuth intuition guy. You got to try harder than that, buddy. if your intentions are unpure. If they're pure, my apologies. Yeah, that was an hour piece. Let's see. Boston Christian. She also said she was very persistent online, claimed to know where she lived, etc. She doesn't know if he tried to contact online after she married several years ago. Crazy. Yeah, apparently there was another person who reported somebody in a ski mask about a week after the crimes. Um, that's something that after providing their address to Anthony Schatz. See, now this is just what law enforcement said. We got to remember law enforcement can lie. They can just flat out lie. Um, so I don't know. It's hard to know what to take one for 100%, to be accurate. The only person I heard was the ex stepbrother saying, "Yeah, that kind of sounds like him." Oh yeah, where the guy was talking about the dark web and stuff like that. I'll have to check that out. If you're talking about Kate from Crime Dive, yeah. I definitely support Crime Dive 100%, guys. So, if you were wondering, regardless of what people like to say, the negativity people spread, I support them 100%. Oh, Lord. The LaFons. Yeah, Fig, don't worry about the LaFons. That's something that happened early on. Somebody had basically the LaFons started the same way that Daniel Pearson started. I don't even think it was the trails. I think it was out of it was something crazy. Like they weren't even there that day. Like it wasn't even the same day or the same week. It was some really bad. I think it was Derek Godsey, actually. Well, it's because I think the one of the LaFon's father looks like the blurry image a little bit. But now that we know a little bit more about the image and how it's just blurred from motion and it's not what it appears to be, we can't really go around comparing people to it. Yeah, Fig, that was something early on. Those poor people were attacked for a while. Yeah, they went through hell. Yeah, Carol explains it all right there. Same thing that happened with Daniel Pearson, in my opinion. It's like no matter what you say around this case, like there's always some psycho just waiting to get upset or triggered by it. It's really strange. It's the craziest thing ever. No, I don't blame you, Fig. I don't blame you. Trust me. It's a horrible thing that happened. People that have been looking into this case for a long time. We had the unfortunate privilege of witnessing it. So the kind of stuff it's really not as bad today as it was then. Seems to have calmed down somewhat. No, Valoma, very active. Very active. Giving a certain somebody a dose of their own medicine, apparently. No. Love you.
Love you. Yep.
I will. Oh, here we go. Anna Lisette says, what shocked me about Kayla's story was she continued having online contact with Keegan Klein even after she met him and he threatened her. Why didn't she block him, change accounts, etc.? Yeah, that's a little strange. Valoma, I think we're getting close. Extremely close. Yeah, the Maxwells. Now that's an extremely interesting discussion right there. The whole bicycle road and early search warrants and a possible connection from Maxwell's to the Anthony shots. Went from that directly to that. So yeah, that's extremely interesting. Anybody who can find any more information on that, yeah, I recommend looking into that. There's definitely something there. Could be nothing, but there could be something. Yeah. Let's see. Boston Christian says, Sleuth, this account said it. Why does BG stay on the right on the bridge? That would mean something, where most people would stay to the middle. So someone down there on the right side of the bridge. I don't know. Maybe the girls are on the opposite side and he wants to appear as if he's just going to pass by them. I'm not on your side of the bridge. I'm on my side of the bridge. And then if you notice, right when they cut the video, it's when he's kind of coming at their direction. He's like coming from the right side, changes directions, and starts heading towards the left side of the bridge, his left side. So maybe he was just trying to appear like, hey, like I'm not a threat. I'm walking on the right side. Eventually I'll pass you. You have nothing to worry about. But if you watch the video, he cuts directly from the right and he almost comes directly at them. Yeah, it is a lot more easier. But if there's anything we know, there's so many variables, coincidences. Bicycle road. Yeah, there's definitely something there. And I also believe there may not be anything. I know that Logan Maxwell was witnessed walking home, on the railroad track portion, the old where the railroad tracks would be, or actually on the railroad tracks, by a family member. And they reported that to law enforcement. And I think it may have something to do with the name Logan as well. Um, we had the boyfriend Logan. We have Logan, who they served a search warrant at, and then they had Ron Logan. So maybe the reason that they were interested in all these people is because somewhere along the line that name popped up. Yeah, he's I have some documents on him. He's not around. He's not in the scene. The best way to locate him is through the grandfather of Abby. But I have located him. Apparently he hasn't been around for a while. Yeah, this could have been something they were trying to do. Maybe they were trying to take photos themselves. Um, maybe they were trying to take an online relationship and make it physical. The girls weren't having it. Um, maybe the girls were looking to confront them. We just don't know. Yeah, I know there was money involved. Hey, Brian. Yeah, they could have been hoping maybe just for some, make some money. And you don't want to bring up that stuff because you don't want to talk badly about the girls, and it may not be. You kind of want to weigh your options. Is the information important enough to bring up, or does it do more harm than good? So you kind of got to be careful with that. What's up, Car? Like he is acting. I mean, I there's just nothing there to tell me that. There's not enough information. But what is really strange is the whole idea that he never came from the trail system, that he came from the southeast end, walked past them, and just turned around and came back. And I think a lot of people think that because the picture of Abby was taken at 2:07, and law enforcement has stated that Bridge Guy began approaching them at 2:13. It's not a whole lot of time for him to come walking from the trails onto the bridge. I mean, it's possible, but it's just not likely. So, seems to be some inconsistencies there. Oh, was that it? Bicycle Bridge Road? And it was something with bicycle in it. Me too. And I'm not left-handed. Yeah, Frank's a good guy. We got your back, Frank. We love Frank over here. He's good people. Oh, was that on Misbehaved? Yeah, I'm really upset that I missed Fig on there, but I caught the tail end. But I'll rewatch it tomorrow for sure. Well, guys, I'll probably hang out here another 5-10 minutes. So if there's anything you want to talk about specifically, let me know. Mindy says, any speculation why the girls did not make a run for it before he could grab them, even with the gun pointed maybe at them? I understand. Apparently, Libby was a bit familiar with crimes and a brave girl. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to speculate what her intentions were. Was she filming? We don't know her motivations. Law enforcement calls her a hero. They have all of the information, and apparently the words "creepy guy" were mentioned. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I've heard so many different stories. I just have no clue what took place. So yeah, I'm not sure. But I feel like if somebody had military experience where they know how to detain multiple subjects at one time, to me, it speaks military. And if the whole thing was planned out, especially with the bridge, whenever you have a bridge involved, military strategy, man, it would be easy just to say, hey, look, like I got a plan. Whenever there's a bridge involved or land crossing or anything like that, I think military strategy come in would come in handy for some type of planning like this. I don't know. It has military written all over it. Yeah, and I don't know if they ran. They could have ran. Maybe they were caught. Maybe they tried to run across the creek and were captured. Who knows? Hopefully, we'll find out pretty soon. Yep. Could have grabbed one and said, hey, look, you can do whatever you want. We're taking this, we're taking Libby. We have plans. And Abby was just like, you know what? I'm not going anywhere. Leave my friend alone. Or it could have just been so quick. The documents, they talk about manipulation, ruse. They could have been tricked, and then it could have just been extremely fast. Yeah, that's the hard part. Yeah. I'm thinking military. If Tony and Keegan Klein are involved, they definitely recruited somebody with military experience. In the military, they zip tie you, cover your head and zip tie you. Maybe even duct tape your mouth. Somebody with that kind of experience could get that done quick. Oh, he has a gun. And before you even realize the situation you're in, your hands are zip tied and your mouth is duct taped. Before you even know it. And they're trained to do that in the military, especially active duty. You're walking through war zones, you're going in and clearing out houses. You're basically like a SWAT team, like 10 times a day. You're going back and forth into different houses, having armed conflicts and detaining people. You don't know if they're civilians or if they're militant. They do the same thing in the hood. That's what I'm talking about. They'll grab like 6 dudes, zip tie them, and they, before you know it, that's it. Zip ties and duct tape. It would take less than 1 minute to zip tie 2 young girls and duct tape their mouth. Couple. One specifically right now comes into mind. Nobody that's been discussed yet, but I mean, if you just think about it, this guy's not afraid of that bridge. He doesn't have to be experienced. He could have looked at a map. He could have went there maybe once or twice before, looked at it, crossed it one time and said, "This is perfect. I can make this happen." Yep, he has a plan. Like, this dude has a job. You know what I mean? Like, when I look at him crossing that bridge, he has a job. This guy doesn't seem like he's motivated by um what is it, like sexual gratification or whatever. I just don't see that. He seems like he's been hired. It's almost like this is some type of cleanup crew. Maybe the girls got in over their head. Didn't realize who they were really dealing with. Yeah, he seems like a hired gun. Maybe somebody who needed the money at the time, you know? Maybe somebody who was relocating. Like, yeah, I'll do it. I need the money. You know I'm a killer. Maybe somebody that served a few, went to Afghanistan or Iraq or something. Like, yeah, I can get this done. On a mission. Yeah. This dude's on a mission. He ain't afraid of that bridge. It's almost like he appreciates that bridge. That bridge is a big part of his plan. Might have been a big part of the girls' plans too. But this guy was a little more strategic. Was able to use their home turf against them. Making them feel a little more comfortable even. Who knows? Well, we're almost at the hour and a half mark. We'll hang out another 5 minutes, guys. If there's anything you want to talk about. Like I said, I didn't even plan to be on here this long. I don't know. The one thing that might stop them from running, like they may have been tricked to go down that hill. Their best opportunity wasn't running down the hill. It was just running straight to Abby's house. She lived right up the street. If they wanted to run, they could have ran that way. Or they could have ran to the house that was right there. So I don't think they had time to run. I think they were tricked. They were there to meet somebody. They were there to take care of their own business. But whoever they were meeting there had, business of their own to conduct. And it just so happened to be a double homicide. peace, not silence. It was very, very nice to have you join us today. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. We'll see you again. I know it. Yep, I don't see goggles there. I see a big jacket with a collar and just a shirt or another collared shirt underneath. And that's mostly just like a fanny pack or some type of bag. Yeah, that thing around the collar, I don't think it's anything to cover his face. I don't think it's anything like that. I think it's just a big winter jacket with a coat, a collar that's folded over. And I'm thinking even with some type of giant hood on the back. And I think the hood has like some coyote fur on it, you know? So this guy's not big. He just wears a big coat. He's most likely skinny. Doesn't mean he's weak. He could be a strong guy. He could still be a strong militant person, but maybe he just has a high metabolism, likes to wear these bulky jackets. And that's what I see is a big winter jacket with a huge hood. Has a zipper, buttons, and then a button cover. Digger. How's your garden coming, man? I know it's probably still cold out there for you. I got mine going. Everything's starting to spring up. Everything's looking great, man. I hope everything's going good for you. Yeah, shoot me an email. We'll figure it out. Yeah, definitely very interesting. People can't handle that topic though. So we can always talk privately. I don't know what it is about that. People can talk about everything else, They can talk about Bigfoot, they can talk about Tony Klein before he was ever named. They can talk about all these other people of interest. But for some reason, JP, man, I don't know what it is. They just shit a brick. Ooh, nice. My plants? Yeah, man, I will. I redid the entire garden, except for anything that was an annual. But yeah, it's all growing really nice. Give me about 2 months, Digger, and I'll post a video for you and I'll tag you in it. I'll make it just for you. But everything's growing good. I had to replant a lot of my tomatoes. They sprouted out nice, and then we got like a freeze, and they just killed them. Well, most of them. Everything else survived except my tomatoes. Yep, a lot of banana peppers, jalapenos, habaneros, ghost peppers, bell peppers. Yeah, I do a lot of peppers. And then I pickle them. My pepperoncinis and my jalapenos and my cayenne peppers. I'm doing sweet corn. I did about sweet corn about 2 years ago. Was good, and then I tried some other corn, didn't go so well. But we're gonna try some sweet corn again and see how that goes. It looks good. So, But I think that's going to do it, guys. Unless there's anything else. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Pickled peppers. Hell yeah, that's my favorite. Carrots. What I do is I'll pull up some carrots. I'll slice them kind of long ways, I guess. That's how you call it. Put it in there with some garlic. Some of the herbs and spices. Throw it in there for about 3 months. Ooh. Some vinegar. It's amazing. Oh, you got to throw in some cayenne peppers too. Yep, ghost peppers, just for the hell of it. I like really hot stuff. Like I make my own salsa. I'll take some I'll boil some I'll pick some jalapenos out of the garden and some Sonoran peppers, and I'll boil them along with some of the tomatoes. So I'll take like 4 or 5 tomatoes, some jalapenos, some Sonoran peppers. I'll boil them till they get nice and soft. Then I'll take some of the garlic and some salt. Boom. You got the best salsa you've ever had right there. Digger's a real gardener. Like, don't get it twisted. Well, pickle juice is vinegar. Oh, you talking about the herb? Yeah, I got that garden too. I use nutrients only when I need to. I usually use Grow and then the Cow Mag when I need to, but usually I don't need to. I use the Fox Farm soil, and that usually does pretty good. Yeah, you can always start with one little mine's all above ground. I built these huge boxes. I have about a little over a quarter acre backyard, and I spent a ton of money building these boxes and like thousands of dollars on good soil. And yeah, I did everything above ground with the drip system and everything. Yep, raised beds. There you go. Doing my wife loves sunflowers, so I built her an entire flower bed, put a little drip system into it, and got these giant sunflowers growing right now. I'll take some photos of that too and post them up for you guys. But I think that's going to be it for tonight. Great talk, great discussion. Regards to the Delphi double homicides. Good to see you, Digger. Good to see everybody, all the new members, all you folks that donated. Don't know what I'll do with it. I'll figure it out. But I really appreciate you guys. We'll talk soon. New member here, Kim K. Let me go back up real quick. Thank you, Kim. Make sure you check in with us. Members only. We're about 60 strong right now. So if we can keep it right around that, it'd be great. I'll try to keep you guys busy. I'm trying to work with the captain to see if he can help me with my contest. I want to make a contest, a true crime contest where we try to solve a murder mystery. But he's been super busy. But he said he's interested in it. So I'll see if I can get him to help me out with that, because we all know he's amazing at that kind of stuff. So we'll see how that goes. All right, guys. Well, you take care. Have a safe weekend. I'll talk to you soon.